it's just exciting to, win. They call it March Madness for a reason, and it was a crazy game. The way Jacksonville plays, they're never out of a game. We played almost impeccable basketball for the first 16 minutes of the game. And then we got the turnover bug going the last 4 minutes, and then it was runs. They made a run, we answered, then they made a run, and they're not a great three-point shooting team on paper, and all of a sudden they started hitting threes. But our guys fought, and especially without Robert, and then to be in a situation where you work on these special situations all year long and never get to use them, and then to see them come through and execute a play with 0.8 seconds, then pop. Every kid dreams about being at the foul line with no time on the clock. And he looked calm. I'm sure his chest was ready to come out of his, his heart was getting ready to come out of his chest. But, it's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and survive and advance.
So that is how you drew it up, Colin inbounds and looks for Papa?
Yeah, we work on that play at least 2 times a week. And it's called St. Stephen's. And not because it's a prayer.
Who's that the saint of?
I don't know, but I call it St. Stephen's because it's a screen-to-screener play. So STS. Okay. I'm big on acronyms. That's how I got through college. And so we work on it all the time. So, we just said, okay, we had a play. We weren't able to get it across half court, called the timeout. And that was smart on Jeremiah's part. And so we just said, okay, St. Stephen's. Here's your first look here. Usually Rob's in the game, and we had Loesch in instead. And first option was Loesch, second was Mike in the corner, and third was Pop. And they switched and left him wide open. Colin had a lot of nerve, because you got to have an internal clock thinking, 2001, 2002, 2003, and I was looking at the play. I wasn't looking at Colin. They put a big guy on the ball, and he did a great job of delivering the basketball. And obviously, Pop knocking down the foul shots.
What is Robert's status? Is it his eye? Or
his eye, it's just swollen. His eye is just swollen. It's like a boxer. And we didn't have a cut man handy, so he couldn't play. He felt a little dizzy, but I anticipate him being fine.
Jeremiah had a huge play at the end too, with the layup and the foul. Talk about that. He had missed some.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Whatever dark hair I had in my head before the season, Jeremiah plucked a few out. He makes freshman mistakes, but the kid is a competitor, and he's a good basketball player. And the layup he made in the N1 was huge. And then the timeout he called was big. To have the presence of mind to call that timeout with 0.8 seconds. I just look forward to seeing him when he's a junior and a senior, because he makes a lot of fresh, like the layup. Missed the layup. Well, we talked about that. And then he came off the ball screen again, turned it over, and then he got nervous. As much as you think he doesn't get nervous, I think he got nervous and then threw it, and number 10 stole it, went in. So, but what a great experience, especially for a young man who was recruited by them and not offered a scholarship. That was pretty cool.
Y'all have won 2 games in a row now in the postseason. Are you worried about them getting overconfident?
Oh,
or did that happen at all today when Jacksonville came back?
No, you know what? What you do worry when you have a big lead, like don't play to the crowd. Mm-hmm. Don't get comfortable. Our transition defense let up a couple times. We scored a layup and we wouldn't get back. Or then I'd see that look in Jeremiah's eyes, like he's getting ready to sling it behind the back pass. So I'm like, wish I had reins and I could pull him in. And we lost the ball. And at the half, I think we had 7 turnovers in the last 4 minutes, maybe. We were up 31-10, and they went on a run because of our turnovers. And so 27 points off turnovers. Obviously, field goal percentage defense was great, but 18 offensive rebounds and points off of turnovers. We've had a problem recently with turnovers, but we were rock solid for 16 minutes. I was really impressed with how we handled it at the beginning, but that's been a problem for us. And we can get better. Like, I think you can get better in a tournament. And you don't have as much time to work on things, but you still can improve.
What do you guys have to improve on the most?
I think taking care of the basketball and boxing out. We're not a big team, so especially when Rob wasn't in there. So when the ball goes up, we've got to get bodies on bodies, and then taking better care of the basketball. Now, you know, I don't know a whole lot about Northern Iowa, but they're not a pressure team. They're a very good shooting team, a very smart team. They don't beat themselves, you know. So you know, I don't anticipate a lot of pressure. So we got to make sure we take care of the basketball and rebound the ball.
When are you guys going to go up there?
We're going to go up tomorrow, and I wanted to. I've said this after the last game. I said it on the radio. I want to thank the university and our supporters, 3 of whom are in this room right now, for their support. For 1, being at the game, and 2, financial support. These 3 don't know it, but they're footing the bill for a charter flight, 10 grand a piece, right? Brad, you okay with that? I mean, you're okay with that? Sure. And but they already did commit, not these guys, the university, to, you know, hosting the 2 games. That's 60 grand. Now, okay, the only way we can get there, or commercial flight to Chicago, all the flights to Iowa are booked, so we have to have a 4.5-hour bus ride and play on Monday. You know, we would have loved for Northern Iowa to say we'll play you on Tuesday, but so the university stepped up and said, we're going to get you charter. And we've got a 30-passenger charter flight going up, leaving tomorrow at 4, be there in 2 hours. And those things make a huge difference. The investment, the emotional investment, and the financial investment. It's like any business. You got Ray Washburn here, Blake and Brad, smart businessmen. Return on investment. You know, you got to invest financially, emotionally, and you get, you know, hopefully the returns you want. And we definitely got the returns we want in these 2 games, and hopefully we get a good return on Monday.
Were you trying to calm Papa down?
Yeah, you know what I do?
I saw your body language talking.
Yeah, in that moment, I always like to ask the player, where's their favorite basket? And he said, my backyard at home. And we've been to his home, because we took the team to Senegal a few years ago. And I've shot on that basket. And I said, picture yourself there. And you know, knock these down. And we started our little warrior dance, you know, and you just got to make your guy relax, you know. It's something you do all the time, and try to get the blood flowing a little slower. So, thank you guys, appreciate it. Great, Brad.